Hi, I'm Angie.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're with happyhealthyvegan.org.
And since it's Earth Day or thereabouts, we have a very fact-filled, informative Earth Day themed episode about what you can really do to make a big actual difference on Earth Day and Earth Week.
Absolutely. So this weekend in Long Beach, there was a lot of events going on. We're having this thing called the Grand Prix, which is definitely not earth-friendly by any stretch of the imagination. But there was sort of an alternative event called the Green Prix with an Earth Day theme that culminated in a farm-to-table dinner highlighting local farmers' goods.
Great, yeah, good local food, yes. But
yeah, so one of the things that stood out was I don't know, kind of like a little like advertising to other people at the event, like what you were going to do to contribute
to Earth Day.
To Earth Day by, say, riding a bike or planting a garden, or in one case, someone said that they were going to not shower for a week. So Ryan and I were kind of talking about, what positive impacts things like that, or changing our light bulbs, or this and that will do for saving the planet, versus what we think is the #1 way to be more ecologically sound.
And pretty much the only way you can have a real impact. And this ties back to that local dinner, which had lots of local farm fresh foods. But one big mistake, which ties into the shower too, strangely, is they had meat as like the main centerpiece of the meal.
Yeah, like pork.
So I will show you, to have a true Earth Day or Earth Week or Earth life as we like to live, meat should not be a part of it or should play a small role in it. And here's why. Now, I'm going to give you some facts here. I'm not making this stuff up. It's just stuff you don't hear on the news every day. I guess it would bum too many people out. But let's look at how many gallons of water it takes to produce certain kinds of foods. A potato, 1 pound of potato, 24 gallons, right? Just that's our baseline.
You're getting really full on a pound of potatoes, by the way.
Yeah, potatoes are filling carbohydrate, protein-filled foods. Those you can live off those. That's, okay, 1 pound, potatoes, 24. 1 pound equals 24 gallons. Beef, 1 pound, same amount, 5,200 gallons of water.
Wow.
That's
just
over
for one pound.
Over 200 times more water needs to be used. And if you want to say eat lower down on the meat scale, say pork, I think here is 1,300 gallons.
Wow.
And chicken is a little over 800 gallons. Still 24 gallons for potatoes. So that alone shows you, if you want to make a real enormous difference by not eating pounds and pounds of meat every day, those thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons add up.
So if that girl had just skipped eating 4 quarter pounders in a week,
1 pound,
she could take a shower for 6 months.
Over 6 months of shower water.
Months.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how to make an impact. Not by skipping a shower for a week, but by skipping 1 pound of meat or more and having all those thousands of gallons of water not be used.
Wow, that is crazy. Even changing out your front yard wouldn't make nearly the impact of skipping meat for the entire year, let's say. So, okay, so how about riding your bike?
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. We ride our bikes all the time.
I rode around this weekend. I rode it today. But so they're thinking like, okay, so I'm not going to be creating all the emissions that I normally would by riding my bike to work.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
You know that. Now we're talking about what human activities create the most of CO2 or global greenhouse gas emissions. Transportation, all of transportation combined, produces about 14%. Well, now let's look at livestock, food raised for human eating. The UN estimates it's about 18%, which is greater than 14% for transportation. And the World Watch Institute estimates 51%. That's greater than everything. I mean, it's the number one.
So 51% of the emissions
that is causing global warming come from raising food to eat.
That's not acceptable.
So think about that. If you want to really have a truly, impact, a green impact, another compelling reason to lower or eliminate your meat eating.
Well, really, I'm trying to lead you into talking about all of the pollution that happens from raising cattle.
Now, here's another. If you don't care about global warming, and you should, and your children really should, let's talk about pollution that's happening right now. The waste water that comes from the sewage that comes from animal production. Get this, I have to read this.
Okay.
pollution from their waste. You know, they have waste, and then because they feed them antibiotics and hormones, that gets shot out with their waste too.
Yeah.
As well as the fertilizers and pesticides that go into the crops they eat. They lead to the growth of organisms in water, oxygen depletion of water, and strange enough, it all ends up in the ocean. Coral reefs are eroding because of this too. Tragedy. I also didn't mention that livestock produce other gases. When cows fart, that's methane.
Yeah.
They also produce nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide has almost 300 times the power that carbon dioxide had as a greenhouse gas.
What?
Methane, the cow farts, have 23 times the power of carbon dioxide. So think about it. They're farting, making our atmosphere have more greenhouse gases. They're using all this water, all the energy to move all the water.
They're also contributing to soil erosion.
Yeah, contributing to soil erosion. What I say here, they're responsible for 55% of soil erosion and sediment polluting our freshwater sources. So, guys,
so not ecological to eat hamburgers.
So we're not trying to be preachy vegans. I'm just being
just
an impartial fact giver here. And this is not, I said, information that's widely spread out there. When I first read this stuff a few years ago, I was shocked, and that gave me even further conviction to continue on this path. Not only is it healthy for you, it's healthy for the planet.
Yeah.
And the flip side is true. By not doing this, you're making the planet a much unhealthier place for us right now and for future generations. With all the pollution, with all the greenhouse gases, we're in a mess, guys.
And we're running out of fresh water supplies.
So now's the time to really take action. If Earth Day can be this message reaches you in around Earth Week, take it as a wake-up call. Like, say, wow, I didn't know about this stuff before. I'm going to put this information in the show notes so you can fact check me. I'm not just making this up. I wish I were, guys. I really wish this was not true.
I remember a couple years ago, one of the main guys, I think the founder of Tree Hugger, the website Tree Hugger, he had an epiphany. Like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm still eating meat. So he decided to at least embrace Meatless Monday.
He knew these facts too that I just pointed out. So at least Meatless Monday. So if you're not ready to go vegan, participate in Meatless Monday. Just one less day a week of eating meat will result in thousands of gallons per day that you don't eat that meat being saved. So yeah, think about what we told you guys. That it's a lot of huge mind-blowing facts to think over, life-changing facts hopefully. But hey, that's what Earth Day is about, right? Spreading information and giving people some
food for thought
actions and food for thought.
Food for thought, people.
From happyhealthyvegan.org.